Alright, so Fantastic Four First Steps comes out July 25th, 2025, and even with all the updates that we've been getting for this movie back and forth, in terms of all the exciting stuff that we've been hearing about it, what's the movie going to be like, especially with the structural and storyline standpoint and so much more. But now we have officially revealed the plot synopsis for the movie, and not only that, but I think that this also confirms of how Doctor Doom could enter the MCU in this film, and this also confirms other things that is included in the synopsis. So that's what I'm gonna break down in this video, is going over the synopsis and everything that we need to know so far about this movie. And so if you're new, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so it's on any future bits. But now let's get into it. And now, with the plot synopsis for Fantastic Four First Steps, it's coming from Disney's official press website, and they have it listed here in info, and it says, set against the vibrant backdrop of a 1960s inspired retro futuristic world, the Fantastic Four First Steps introduces Marvel's first family, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and the Thing, as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god, Galactus, and his herald, the Silver Surfer. And if Galactus' plans to devour the entire planet and everyone on it weren't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal. I think for one we can take away from this whole synopsis alone, and also this confirms that this movie will be set in the 60s, because if y'all remember what Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige were talking about at past events, like with, I think at Comic-Con this year, we saw the city, and because with this movie that's going to take place in an alternate universe in the 1960s, but it's apart from the main MCU continuity within its timeline. And for what we can tell, this movie is going to be set in an alternate reality, and from what we can tell, it's going to be big, because I think it's going to be set because they have cool stuff from the future, like with a Fantastic Four car or some things like that, and that's going to be very interesting to explore, because they're adapting things from the source material into the MCU, because they have to do this right. They're bringing Marvel's first family. This is what us the fans have been wanting for the most. And not only that, but this also confirms Galactus as the main big bad for the film. That's what the Fantastic Four are going up against. And with Galatis, that's going to be played by Rob Anderson, and his herald, the Silver Surfer, who's going to be played by Julia Gardner. And even within that last line that I want to talk about, it says it definitely gets very personal. And my takeaway from that last line is I think this is going to be introducing Franklin Richards, who is the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm, and especially I think from the source material that he's an Omega level mutant, and plus the MCU is going to be having its introduction of mutants. In fact, it's already been laid out, plus the setup for the next phase of the MCU. And so I think with Galactus, I think they're definitely going after this family, especially because of the son of Reed and Sue. And I think it's going to be a very big into how Franklin Richards is going to be portrayed, and how he's going to fit this role and set the Fantastic Four up for the next couple of Avengers films, because I think they're going to have a big role within that main structure and continuity, especially with this big world building event, and just with Galactus is a space god, and he can possibly destroy Franklin Richards. And I think that definitely confirms that he's going to be in the movie. I think he's about to have a big role later on. It depends on what his abilities are, like telepathy. So basically has the mutant genetics that he has. But from another point that I definitely want to make is that, especially with Doctor Doom, the new version, that's going to be played by Robert Downey Jr., and he is going to be the new face of Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. And I think just with this movie, it's definitely going to be introducing us to this new type of version of Doctor Doom. It gets very personal, but I think that they'll probably introduce him in a post-credit scene to confirm that. But he's also gonna make, I think, a small appearance in Spider-Man 4. But I just think with this plot synopsis and with these story details are definitely getting me hyped for Fantastic Four, and especially for what Marvel is doing with this film. I think we're in for a treat. And another point that I want to make is that with Doctor Doom being introduced, with having his debut in Fantastic Four, it kind of makes the most sense because with him being targeted for this family, he has a history with Reed Richards, and we don't know how that happens. But especially with this film and its synopsis, label it being very personal, and I just generally think that that's how Marvel is going to introduce Doctor Doom and to be set in place before Avengers Doomsday. And we all know that the Fantastic Four are going to have a huge role in that, as I just mentioned. But especially with Galatis being like a threat, being a space god, that's mostly exciting because I think Marvel Studios is definitely doing something right, and just they're going to make a great movie out of this. Plus, I have faith and trust in Matt Shakman for what he's going to deliver. And on top of that, we have a cast that knows their roles, knows what they're getting in for, and they mostly interact with each other. But the most important thing, I think, this movie is going to turn out to be great. Plus, we have the Michael Giacchino score that's going to be a part in this movie, and it's going to be a very exciting to see. I think for whatever it is going to be set up towards the end of that film, I'm pretty sure it's going to be very exciting because I think this marks the end of Phase 5. And it'll immediately go into the Avengers films, Spider-Man 4, and immediately into Phase 6. And so, yeah, this is generally so exciting, that we have the Fantastic Four coming out next year. This is something that we are all anticipating for. And so, for my final thoughts to wrap up this video is that with these plot details and the synopsis for Fantastic Four, I think we're in for a very good treat and a very awesome introduction more into the multiverse for how this family will be portrayed on screen, especially with Galatis. I'm very excited to see devour planets and being a space god, and I'm excited to see what his voice sounds like, and we have the Silver Surfer and everything that fans want from the Fantastic Four. It's gonna happen in this film, and I think they're on the right track with Marvel Studios getting this film out, and I think this is going to be very exciting stuff for how the set up the next part of this the next phase, especially with Doctor Doom being introduced, and I think with Doctor Doom and Reed Richards are definitely going to play a very important key role in the next Avengers films, and I think it's all going to be coming together after this. So yeah, this is pretty exciting stuff as well. But that's going to do it for this video. Just let me know in the comments below, and what thoughts on this plot synopsis for Fantastic Four First Steps, and how excited are you for this movie, and are you looking forward to seeing it based on all the details that we've gotten? Just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to notifications about future videos. Also follow all my social medias over linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.